all set for your questions, but I want to tell you all how excited I am to be hosting Filmfare Awards for the first time. I've performed a few times. I've won the Filmfare Award a few times, and let me tell you some of my most cherished memories of my life have been on those nights, the nights of Filmfare. You know, when I won for Bajirao Mastani Best Actor, my idol, the guy who made me want to be an actor, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, was sitting there in the first row. I don't have words to explain to you how much that meant to me. When I won for Gully Boy, I received the trophy from Madhuri Dixit. That was again a life moment for me. To have Deepika, her parents, in the audience to win Best Actor when she won Best Actress for Piku. Our family was there. They're very fondly remembered, cherished memories, emotional life moments for me and the people who I love the most. There is some magic around Filmfare. There's some magic around the Filmfare Awards. And it's inexplicable, which is why I'm ever so excited to be hosting this time. I think my personal favorite was when Shah Rukh Sir and Saif Sir hosted. It was one of the more entertaining ones. And I have my long-time partner in crime, my dearest Baba, Arjun Kapoor, who I'm going to be hosting with. So we are, the entire team actually, is putting in a whole lot of work, and hopefully we'll create entertainment extravaganza. I'm really thrilled with the lineup, sir. Some really talented artists have been cast as the performers for the show. And I'm really looking forward to being on stage and celebrating excellence in Hindi films. Excellence in Hindi films से याद आया, आपको मुझे कुछ पूछना है?
Since he's answered half my questions already,
अच्छा,
I still ask you.
अच्छा, चलिए, stage और mic दो danger है.
Okay, my first question, which you've already stolen, but still I'll ask you. Tell me your childhood memories of Filmfare.
My childhood memories of Filmfare, I couldn't wait. Dekho, I've always told people of how I've always been a filmy bacha. You know, like really filmy. Watching movies on VHS, 90s baby. And we didn't have the internet or phones, or so it was the physical copy that used to come home. And the day it came, my God, I used to sit down with it and go through every page. I used to read it cover to cover multiple times. I used to cut out pictures and keep them. So I've been reading Filmfare since my childhood. It was very exciting, especially the awards issue, and especially those anniversary issues. You know, the special issues are indeed special. I'm sure you've had to do with many of them. No? So yeah, the premier, how do you say, the premier film entity, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you for all that fulsome praise. Tell me about your Filmfare Award moments.
Filmfare Award moments, I'll never forget. The first time I was performing on Band Baja Barat songs. I just made my debut. Nervous as hell. And I was performing Tarki Be. And it was designed such that my picture was on the AV and it would reveal itself, and suddenly I would turn and boom, start performing. I remember the reveal happened, I turned around and I made the novice mistake of not peeking into the audience to just get a vibe. So when I turned around, the first person I see was Amitabh Bachchan. I was like, oh. I completely forgot all my steps, and then I caught it later. So that performance, Anushka and I were performing on Band Baja Barat. So my first ever performance, winning Best Debut was a huge moment for me. Validation, be on the stage of all stages, being honored for my work in my first film was immensely encouraging and motivating. Uh, I feel like if I hadn't got that validation, my journey would have been very different. I would have been a different person, my choices would have been different, but getting that validation was so important for me, so significant for me. Um, then winning, there were many more. Every time I performed, I remember the Ganesh Hegde was the choreographer in one year when we did the year of Ram Leela, and that performance was hilarious. And I continue to get feedback for that performance. People keep going to you, yeah, bye, 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 bye. That performance. Then of course my tribute to Mr. Aditya Chopra, my mentor. And on the same evening, I won Best Actor for Bajirao Mastani. Deepika won Best Actor Female for Piku, and both our families were there. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan was present as well. My idol is sitting right there, clapping for me while I'm winning my first award. It was like, I can't explain how much that meant to me. Um, Assam was a blast. We had a blast. We had all these satellite stages. The crowd in Assam was just, electrifying. They were just, the energy in that house that night was something else. So I have very fond memories of performing and receiving awards. Um, Best actor, that was, what else? Bajirao Mastani. Then there was Padmavat, Gully Boy, and I think, are the nominations out? Not yet? Okay. Time hai. Hopefully, I'll be nominated this time also. This is for 2021. Okay. सोचिएगा मेरा सर, मैंने भी फिल्मों में मैंने भी थोड़ा बहुत काम किया है. So yeah, I think it's the first time I'm hosting. I've danced a bunch of times. Hosting, let me tell you, between performing on stage in the capacity of a dancer is very different from host. According to me, hosting takes 10 times more work, 10 times the amount of time. So yeah, we're sitting with the writers, we're coming up with jokes, we're plotting the show very meticulously, scripting moments, but of course the overarching and paramount idea is to celebrate cinema and celebrate those who've achieved a degree of excellence in Hindi cinema. And I'm very much looking forward to this year's show. I'm very enthusiastic about creating what hopefully will be considered one of the better nights. My commitment to you, sir.
I also want to know on your take on biopics and especially how you morphed into Kapil Dev sir.
मैंने जाके सीधा उनके घर पे पहुंच गया और उनके गेस्ट रूम में 2 हफ्तों के लिए ठहरा. It was a very fulfilling process. It's very different from when you're creating a character with a blank canvas versus playing a person who people know about. So in the initial bit, I asked the ADs for all the video footage of 83, and they put a folder on my iPad. And I was like, इतना ही है? They said, sir, 83 में इतना ही video था. मैं बोला, इसमें तो होगा नहीं, it's insufficient. Now what do I do? So I went to Kabir sir, and he said we should just go and hang with Kapil sir himself. And the best part for me is that at that stage in your life, you become a storyteller in a sense. You want to share your life experience. So he would generously come back from work. I would train for cricket all day. He would go to work. And in the evenings, we'd meet at about 7 o'clock. And I just keep asking him, taking notes, videographing him, recording him. From like 7 in the evening, eating, all of us would sit around. 7 to about 11, it was just like the Kapil Dev show. And I was just absorbing. That was a 2-week process.